What's up, guys? Ricky here with another review on the Marvel Select Juggernaut, the Maskless version. So I just picked this up at a local shop, collectible shop, for actually a pretty good price, and I decided, yeah, obviously to pick it up. And yeah, just want to do a quick review. So I've had the original for quite some time. A lot of stuff hasn't changed, but obviously you can see its face, unlike the previous. So what we'll do is this will be a pretty quick review. We'll go through some of the paint application, some of the details, and then I will do a side by side with the original. So here we go. So first thing out of the package, it's got kind of the standard paint from the previous. So it looks like what they did a brown plastic, airbrushed some black over the top there on the outfit, which looks really, really good. The textures and the details on this is, I mean, second to none. It is so good. And if you saw my top 10 Marvel Selects of all time, Juggernaut did make the list because these details are phenomenal. Right, even the skin tone looks good. It looks like there's some differentiation in the tones. You have some lighter tones, some darker tones. It looks like most of it was airbrushed on, which is pretty cool. So pretty nice. Let's see, you got the pants, cool looking pants. You do have the boots, which the boots, they did kind of that brownish color, the same that's on the pants, it looks like, and then they dry brushed or brushed up a maroonish color, right? So you still see some of those details underneath, so it looks really nice. Looks really good. But yeah, oh, and you have some lines here too. So they also did some dry brushing here too with the adding the maroon there as well. So here we go. So let's look at the face. So this is the big one. So it looks like they did black, they dry brushed brown over the top for the hair, and then you have a really menacing looking face, which looks really nice. And even the teeth, it looks like they did kind of the teeth color. It looks like they might have put a wash on the inside just to kind of make it stick out a little bit more. But overall, it looks really good. Okay, cool. So I know this was a variant, so it's probably pretty rare now. I don't see it very often, but yeah, so it'll be hard to pick up. But let me go, let's do a quick side-by-side with the original so we can see exactly what differs. Okay, and here they are side by side. So as you can tell, everything else is virtually identical. Right, you can tell the skin tone is virtually the same. Right, the textures, the details, paint applications, same thing, virtually the same. Now you can look, and this one's slightly darker than this one, right? I'm sure they were created at different times. So obviously some of the paints might vary as far as just tone. But overall, I mean, virtually the same. So you have the one with the mask. So looks pretty cool. So you can see the face up in there. Now I'm curious, is the face the same? Looks like it might be, actually, which is pretty cool. So looks nice. So obviously, other than that, everything's the same. Now, which one do you like better? Curious. Put that in the comments. Do you like the helmeted Juggernaut or the one without the helmet better? Cool. So let's do a quick articulation, and then I'll do final thoughts. Okay, so as far as articulation goes, you have the head, looks up about that far, so not too far. Looks down a little ways. You do have a little bit of a tilt and pivot, and then you do have rotation around. The shoulders, actually pretty highly articulated. You go up to 90 degrees, maybe a little bit more. You do have bicep swivel there and shoulder articulation. And then you do have single jointed elbows, which is nice. You do have an ab crunch. The ab crunch, however, doesn't really do a whole lot. It mostly just kind of shifts and moves. It's more of a rotation. So you can rotate it, like even the tilt side to side doesn't do a whole lot. So it's got a joint there, but not much you can do with it. And then here you have the joints, you know, the leg joints, but unfortunately they don't go out too far. So go out about that far. And it's got these kind of tricky joints where you won't be able to get the leg forward. But if you tilt it the right way and turn this enough, you can get it to get a little bit of a forward lean, which is kind of tricky. And then you have single jointed knees. And then you do have this interesting kind of, it is a ball joint, and you can do a rotation side to side, but it doesn't really stay too well. That's kind of okay. So as far as it is a big figure, so the articulation lacks quite a bit. But you can still get into a few different poses. But this one, honestly, I feel like is more like a statue than a lot of the other Marvel Select. Because this was kind of an older figure, kind of before that time. Okay, final thoughts on Juggernaut, the unhelmeted or unmasked Juggernaut. I really like it. So I think it's a really cool figure. I mean, I think I still like the helmeted one better. you know, but that one's pretty rarity and pretty hard to find. So the deal I got on it, I think, was definitely worth it. So yeah, I'd say it's definitely a good purchase. It looks like my machine stopped there, so it stopped rotating. So this one I think is still released and in the marketplace. So if you are into Juggernaut, I'd say this would be a good one to pick up because I think they've released it a few times. So I think they'll re-release it again. So if you're looking for a nice, bulky, detailed figure, especially form Juggernaut, this is one of my favorites. I mean, the only thing it's lacking is it could have better articulation, but overall, that is a sweet, sweet figure. So, but yeah, I'd say I'm pretty happy with this one and happy with this purchase. So thank you all for tuning in. We just passed over 1,000 subscribers, so let's get us to 2,000. And I'll keep bringing reviews, customizations, behind the shots, photography stuff, and all of that. So thank you all so much, and I will catch you next time.